Oh, 1 second, guys. We have some technical difficulties because it says I'm live, yet it says I'm not. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. I appreciate your patience. Give us a couple seconds, ladies and gents. Ah. Well, that's interesting. Now I'm live, apparently. Okay. All right, let's get back to our regular programming, guys. All right, continuing as normal. So like I said, guys, talking about the creative challenge here. So today we have a music app creation, but basically let's run down how this works. Basically, each day you will receive a challenge from us. You can join our creative community on Discord, which is amazing. I'll explain how to get there in just a moment. But basically, as we're working through what we're doing today, feel free to work alongside this challenge and submit it to our Discord group and get feedback from people like me, mentors, and other tens of thousands amazing designers as well. So, because at the end of today's program, the last 30 minutes, we're going to be dedicating to giving feedback and critiquing the amazing work that you guys have put into the Discord channel. So, on to today's channel. We have the music player, which is basically, feel free to open up Adobe XD and work along with us and design and prototype the library and music experience for a music player app. Use Auto Animate to create smooth transitions between your library and now playing screens. All right. So with that said, guys, let's hop into what we've decided to come in here to do. So hands in the chat. +1s for Adobe, obviously for Adobe lovers, but +1 in the chat if you guys are Zelda lovers. I would love to see how many of you guys are diehard fans. Taking a chat. What's going on, Julia? How you doing? Volume is low. All right, let me fix the volume for you guys really quick. And let me know in the chat if this works. Is the volume still on? Hi, Brandon Groce. What's going on, guys? All right, +2, or excuse me. Let me know in the chat. Can you guys hear me? How's the volume? I turned it up a little bit. All right, Jameson says A-okay. Albert, we're getting +1s for the excitement. But can you guys hear me all right? Let me know. Wait a couple seconds here because I don't want to be getting into these awesome things and you guys can't hear me. All right, good. We're good to go. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. So let's get into some really awesome stuff. So context. If you guys are not familiar with The Legend of Zelda, basically our guy Link, main character, has a thing called a Sheikah Slate, which is very interesting. I'm not even sure if I pronounced that correctly. But basically, funny jokes, meme-wise, it's basically like he's running an operating system on this thing. So what we're gonna be doing is creating an application for him so he can order weapons, clothing, potions, etc. on his journey. So let's start getting into this. All right, cool. I'm glad the volume is good. I turned it up a little smidge so you guys can hear me. Let's hop into this, man. So I didn't hear in the chat, where you guys, I want to know where everybody's from. As we're designing and getting into this and getting some of our assets in here, I would love to know where you guys are coming in from. Where are our viewers today? I'm glad the volume is solid, guys. I was worried there for a hot minute. I was like, oh no, first time, let's go. And so what we're going to be doing, Jack, I'm super glad that you like this idea. What we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get some assets and imagery in here. By the way, I am going to be using some assets from a lovely artist on Behance in regards to using these potions. And their name is Stefan Lorenz. So just wanted to give some of, give you guys a little bit of a peek of where we got some of these assets. So I'm going to start getting our background in line here. Just make sure everything is lined up. And what I'm going to go ahead and start doing is just creating, let's see. I also, by the way, I pre-prepped some guides just for my menu, some of my icons and UI components, just so, I like to prepare things in advance. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the menu here. Yeah, Voodoo Val, I was sweating for a hot minute. I was like, oh no, not the first time. But I'm glad we got everything squared away. Volume's good, and we're trekking along. So I'm gonna start using I've already have some of my assets squared away, so we can shorten the time it takes to create this and really get into the prototyping. So super excited about that. So Benjamin, you're here from Spain. Wow, we got all over Washington, D.C. All right, Kathleen, we might have to hang out sometime. We have Los Angeles, Cali, man, all over the place. Love it. Portland, Oregon. This is exciting, guys. All right. So let's get back into our menu. So I'm gonna pull a couple more assets in here. I want a Ruby. I'm just gonna get some of my menu items out here. Menu slash, menu item slash title. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. Also, a big time saver, guys, is these assets. Like being able to lock away or keep what exactly your fonts, etc., that you love to use in there and that you know you're gonna be using on a daily basis. It's amazing just to have them there. Click what you need, and just disregard what you don't need. All right, let's see. Boom, boom. So this is our shop. Wow, we have a very diverse crowd today. I'm absolutely loving this. Let's see. All right. So I'm out of curiosity, chat. I would really love to have some amazing things to review at the end of this segment. So +1 if you guys are working alongside me creating that challenge. It doesn't even matter if it's work in progress. I would really love to see what you guys are creating at the same time as we are. I would love to be able to see some of that stuff, guys. And I'm just gonna have fun with some of these menu items here, because in the real game, if you guys play Breath of the Wild, he obviously has like settings, a menu to show his own accessories and what he's picked up on his journey. But I kind of want this to be like his iPhone or his phone. So I'm gonna kind of have like a to-do list, like a real life sort of theme for this. To-do list, shop, and life settings, just in case he wants to, get his life. All right, so I'm gonna grab a couple more assets on here. Let's see. Who in the chat is a Legend of Zelda fan? I saw a couple of you as we were opening up the conversation here and just getting everything squared away. Because I know that the #1 game right now, or at least it seems when I ask my friends, what they're doing nowadays, it's Animal Crossing. And I was like, you know what? We almost did an Animal Crossing thing, themed event today. I was like, no, we're good. But I would love to see in the chat. Yes, definitely, Val. I love the concept, Brandon. Like what it would be like if you owned his own device, and that's kind of what we wanted to get here. And so, guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm basically what I am doing is I have these icons, and what I'm going to do is I've created a repeat grid, and I am just going to repeat this, because what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this behind our menu here and use it a little bit as texture. So I'm going to ungroup this, group it again, just so I can expand this here. And I wanted to show you guys this because I do already have a menu already. Basically, this is what it looked like, and I wanted to show you guys how I made it. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to duplicate this background menu, pull my texture right underneath of it, select them both, and go to, where we at? Mask with shape. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna click inside. I'm now inside the mask. I'm gonna scale this up a dramatic amount. I didn't need to make that many copies, but we're gonna, here is fine. I'm just gonna pull it up just like that. Push that down, all behind our other overlay, which is right here. Awesome. I'm gonna make the overlay just a little bit darker. I don't want the texture to be super overpowering. There we go. I'm also gonna go to my layers palette and just reduce the opacity on this texture here. Awesome. All right. Yes, Ocarina of Time is definitely I feel like that's the standard. You know, if Ocarina of Time isn't a love of yours, are you really a Legend of Zelda fan though? I might get some fighting words on that one. Let's see, I am not a Zelda fan. I think my name is Gandalf. Wow, Alberto. Wow. I see you truly. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Actually, even before we do that, what I'm gonna go ahead and do here, so I'm gonna go back to my assets panel. I have a square component already saved out, but listen guys, this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to ungroup this, pull this in, because now what we're gonna do, if you guys are familiar with the Breath of the Wild, I'm gonna start basically making squares for Link's items that he wants to buy. So again, we're gonna go over to my repeat grid, our fancy dancy repeat grid. We're gonna pull this out. I want a 4x4 grid. Excellent. And I want the spacing in between each square to be 4 pixels. You smell that? Definitely. We're cooking. We are cooking in Adobe XD. Look, listen guys. Are you cooking as well? If you are cooking, put 2 in the chat. Who's cooking? Let's see. And if you are cooking, I hope it's that music app. No, I'm serious, guys. I'm really excited about checking that out. So I'd really appreciate if you guys go ahead and throw down on that. So far, this is what we're looking at. I'm gonna turn all my guides off real quick so you guys can see. We have our squares. We have a random ruby right here. We'll figure out what we're about to do with it. All right. So real quick fix, because I don't know, I like to dart around my artboard a little bit. I'm just gonna throw in my close icon here. I'm gonna go back and put on my guides, push this in, and I don't like white, or at least in this case, so we're gonna go and use our off-white. Not that big of a difference, but at least for the color scheme that we're trying to get through today, I dig it. Do we dig it? So, we have so many we're just cooking in the chat. I like this, guys. We got Laura's cooking, Vanessa, straight on cast iron cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, we got Eric, he's making some hot dogs. Listen, we got a lot of 2s in the chat. Tia's cooking, Vanessa is just dying in the chat. All right, let's someone save her. Maybe we'll make like a life alert button in this application as well. +3 in the chat if we should do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and make some arrows to this, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this. Actually, I'm not gonna flip it. I'm just gonna pull my other arrow. I totally could have flipped it, but I already had a right arrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just gonna, you know, be efficient, all right? So I'm gonna pull in, I'm just gonna pull my arrow here, make sure it's in the center of my bricks here. And I am, how far is this? 17 pixels away. I'm gonna push this in one. And I'm just gonna line my arrows just like that. And just because, I'm just gonna turn the opacity down on this by like 5. All right, you dig? Also, for those of you who are on YouTube, come over to Behance, join the family. Would love to talk to you. The chat is not open on YouTube. Come join us on Behance for Adobe Live and come chat. All right, guys, you guys can shoulder shrug and cook with us. All right, this is the real family out here. All right, so next, this is kind of bare. Let's get a title in here. What would you like to buy? All right, Link, what are we buying today? He has no clue because he's not talking to me. But let's go ahead and, where is my secondary menu? Here we go, boom. See guys, that's why I love my assets, because I don't need to remember the nuances, the font sizes, the font color. I just had to click a button. This is what I'm trying to say, and there you go. Vanessa, thank you. The jewelry, sadly, I love to listen to music as well, so this is giving me my jams, but I have a gold earring and a black earring. Quick start to the rescue helicopter. Eric, you're hilarious, man. But, all right, cool. So we have our title, we have our boxes here, and we're gonna start filling some stuff out. I'm about to do some voodoo magic, if you feel me, Val. So we're gonna open up, where are we? We're gonna open up some images, okay? And this is what we're about to do. And I wanna see, what do I wanna see? I wanna see pluses in the chat if y'all think this is crazy, all right? So I'm just gonna select a couple things here. I actually have no idea how many squares I have. What's 4 times 4? I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. So I'm gonna pull all this stuff in here, and our boy should populate. Ooh, look, ooh, something they didn't like that. All right, let's do this first. Let us do this first. 1, 2. I'm gonna get, oh no. All right, this is what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be much easier. All right, let me go ahead and grab everything here. I'm just gonna pull this in here really quick, and I'm just gonna fix some of this stuff manually. Have no idea in what mathematic universe. We'll just go with this. We'll go with this. And I'm gonna pull in my, oh, you know what's happening, guys? It's literally repeating. There we go, that's what. All right, so we're gonna just do it like this. We're gonna ungroup everything just to save some time here. And I'm gonna pull now all my other assets in. Green, all right. And we're just gonna go in and we're gonna downscale some of this stuff. You know, actually, even before we do all of that, I'm gonna do something, save my life real quick. I'm going to copy this whole section, copy, paste. All right, I am going to push one off to the side, leave it for later. Now I'm gonna go through all this. I'm just gonna select this row, bring it in, awesome. Ungroup everything. Now bring in my red potion, blue potion, and green potion, and we will fix these manually. Can we upgrade items to Alberto? You know, maybe. We'll see if we get that far. I would absolutely love to do that. Okay, we are, okay. All right, so we have all our items in, we have our arrows. Now, real quick, I'm gonna bring this over so we have that left aligned. Now, what I want, as you guys can see, these are squares, but there's no squares surrounding them. So what I'm gonna do really quick is I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make another copy of this. I'm gonna ungroup this, select all of this, copy, paste this in, push this behind our items here, and I'm just gonna leave that for now, okay? I'm just gonna group that up. All right, so far, this is what we're taking a look at. All right, we're making pretty good time. What time is it? Let's see, 3:22, or what was it, 3:23? All right, so we're about 30 minutes in. So far we have our menu here. We have a random rupee here, and we have a closeout button. One thing I want to do next is I want to be able to pull or really select one of these items, basically have links show up with his description and a larger image of the item selected. So with that said, guys, for those of you guys coming in to Behance, or Adobe Live rather, or if you guys are popping in on YouTube, for those of you guys on YouTube, come on over to Behance, come join us. We'd love to chat with you guys here, because sadly, I can't see the YouTube comments, which I know are going voraciously. Other than that, again, if you guys are just popping in, do not forget the Adobe Creative Challenge that we have today, brand new, creating a music app. Come join, work on it, so that at the end of this session, I can check it out once you've put it in Discord. All right, let's see. Let's get our man Link in here, because this whole thing is about him, and he's just like not even in this thing. It feels naked. All right. So I'm just we're gonna leave him off to the side for right now. What I want to do next is let's start building out this item description sort of ordeal. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna line it up so it's right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna duplicate this. And also, I would love to know what you guys think about, you know, how this app should go. First off, grown Link, young Link, or Toon Link. Alberto, I don't know. Classify our man right here. I have no idea. He looks young, old, and in between right there. I have no idea. So let's go ahead. I have two things here. First off, what I want to do is I'm going to grab my gradient, okay? And I am going to pop into my fill here, linear gradient, and I'm just gonna pull this here, pulled it. For some reason, I like diagonal gradients. I don't know. In the chat, do you like diagonal gradients or no? Let me know. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull this back. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna just duplicate this, much easier. And what I'm going to attempt to do is I basically just want a border. I want a gold border around the description of this item. So I'm gonna actually duplicate this and just leave it right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select, I have two golden rectangles here. I'm gonna select both, come up here, and I want the inside of this basically just to disappear. And that's what we did here, but things are a little uneven here, so I'm gonna just Control Z on that. I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna just pull this up. I'm just gonna turn a border on so I can actually see. Seeing is good, people. Pull this, not rotate it, pull it here. We'll see what happens with this. We can change it afterwards. So I'm gonna hit that, going back into this, turn the border off, and it's a start. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, this is a really thick border. We might go back in there and change that. Awesome. Vanessa uses diagonal gradients. Just habit. See, Vanessa knows what's up. And Alberto, my favorite, I don't know. I mean, when it comes to Super Smash Bros, Toon Link always. Toon Link always. I think it's more fun. But I really don't know. I've always, sadly enough for me, even though I love Breath of the Wild, guess what? I've never played it. Yeah, I know that was absolutely horrid. I've watched my brother play it, and I'm a lover of Zelda. Majora's Mask was one of my favorite games that I did play. And yeah, that was like a game changer, game-changing game when I was younger. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that rectangle that we had up top. Oops, not duplicate it. I'm gonna put it behind this border that we have. Let me see. All right, I'm just gonna outfit this. It doesn't really matter if this goes over the border because we're gonna push it behind. All right. Alberto, Toon Link for show, definitely. Kirby main. I was a Kirby main too. I absolutely, man, Kirby was fun. It's just like when you win too, the other people are so mad because it's just like, wow. I don't know. When you're a character who can basically like take the other character's powers by like, yeah, it's super annoying. So Kirby, Team Kirby, I'm with you. Team Toon Link, I'm with you. All right, let me pull this up just a little bit. All right, because we want some space for. Let's see what we're working with here. Yeah, this is really thick border. We might tone that down a little bit later, but we're gonna go ahead and just get some of our titles in here. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. Go into my plugins. Boom. Yeah, there we go. On my lorem ipsum, I just want my quick lorem ipsum. And then I'm gonna go back to my assets panel and let me see. Ruby size, description title, item description. Bow, there we go. Like I said, guys, you don't gotta remember, use assets. Saves your memory because you don't have to think. All right. So we have item description. And we can start with that. Let's see. We have 8 on 1, 2, boom. And questions in the chat. Who feels that this border is a little too thick? Because I think my boy's a little too thick. It's out here like 10 pixels too much. All right, would love to know in the chat if it's too much or not. Okay. While I do that, I'm gonna pull. Actually, make this a little bit smaller. Hopefully, if I pull this in, it doesn't mess up the ratio. All right, good. It's playing nice. I'm gonna turn the opacity of this text down just by like 80%. We're gonna throw our man's link, not all the way back. We threw him back there. Come back, Link. All right, I just want you behind our description. Can we do that? Excelente. All right, I think things are crowding just a little too much. Yeah, see, Alberto, too thick. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go back and fix that towards the end. I really want to get to the prototyping side of this stuff because, man, I got some awesome stuff planned for you guys. So let me just go ahead and grab all this stuff real quick. I'm gonna pull this down. And I am going to grab, I'm gonna go in here, turn our red post. Can I turn you, please? It's feisty today. It's like, nah, you will not. All right, here we go. We're just gonna do this because we smart. All right, boom. That looks about right. I'm gonna bring this in size just a little bit more down. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my assets panel, drag in the large potion. Okay. It was really not playing. It was trying to take over my artboard. And we're gonna push this right here. All right, so we're now at a point where we can kind of start prototyping some things, all right? I'm gonna do one more thing and then we'll start getting into the transitions here because that's what we came for, isn't it? All right, so in the chat, let me know, are we feeling good about what we have or what are your thoughts? We feeling good? We feeling good? I know the border is thick, you know, a little too thick. We're gonna fix that. But as of right now, how are we feeling? And you know what? I'm gonna do a couple things. We're gonna leave him here right now, but there's a lot of busyness happening, and I think we can fix that in the prototyping phase. So I'm gonna do one more thing, and we'll get into it. Hey Jonathan, what is going on? Welcome to the chat. Mitchell and Mufasa also being like, it's too thick, we gotta fix it. So we'll get there. Chat is definitely helping me out here. Vanessa, I think it would look good if it were the same thickness as the distance between the items in this. You're right. See, I think you did like some magical math that you were just like, nah, it looks wrong. Take a look at the squares and make it that pixel. See, I like this. This is why I love live designing. So, because the chat helps. I'm serious, ladies and gents. All right, so what we're gonna do really quick is I'm going to, actually we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna pull this up here. And I am going to create this is gonna be the first thing that we prototype that I absolutely love. All right, so I'm gonna center these things, and this is almost like his wallet. We'll figure out placement later because I do believe there's a better placement. But before that, I am missing something. I really am. And Link, we're just gonna take you off the page right now because you look in a certain way. All right. And we also, let's see. We might be able to figure out something here. But anyway, let's get in one more. Let's get in a call to action really quick. And by really quick, because I want to save time, I have one already. And if you guys are interested in the chat, please feel free to be like, hey, Brandon, how did you do that? And I'll pause and I will let you guys know how exactly I made these components, because they're super easy in Adobe XD and doesn't take any time at all. So I'm just gonna take these so that they at least are showcasing. All right, we're on the shop page. To-do list is over here. Time or life settings is over there. And this is signifying what page we are on. Also going to pull these to push down here to signify that we are on one page and not the other. All right, I'm going to group this just for now. Going to center it with our squares here. Whoops. Just gonna group this for a real hot second. Center, ungroup. Excelente. All right. We might even move this over here, but we'll figure all this out and we'll figure out placement in a moment. We really got to figure out this segment, guys, because this is a lot of space being used. We'll just do that for right now. And I am going to grab my other button. 5 seconds, guys. I will be right back on the screen. Here we go. So basically, if you guys, like I said, if you want the chat to see how we design this button, feel free, because it takes a couple seconds, but I really want to get into some of the really cool prototyping stuff that we have today. And if we do have time, I'll be more than happy to show how I made this type of button. It's really just made out of that similar gradient that we have on everything else. We have our rupee and we have this font, which is called, what is this font called? Archip. It's really cool. It's free font. Check it out on Google. All right, so we kind of have a resemblance of a UI here. Let's pop back into the chat, see what everybody is saying. Feels true to the source material while splicing things up. I'm glad you dig it, Mitchell. Vanessa, like the depth that you created, very nice. Awesome, I'm glad you guys are digging it. And for those of you guys, again, who are still on YouTube, come on over to Behance so you guys can chat with us and cook with us. You guys missed that segment if you're on YouTube. Come to Adobe Live, come chat with us. All right, so this is what we are now going to do. We're gonna kind of work, oh, I forgot about you. This is the first step in prototyping, all right? Let me breathe. So what we're gonna do, I just typed out a number to signify how many rupees we have in his purse or whatever, his Ruby purse. And what we're gonna do now is I'm going to create another text layer with, actually I'm gonna duplicate it here. And I'm just gonna take one, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do. I am going to hit the enter bar and start hitting the numbers that come before the numbers that are shown. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it so that when we select an item or on load of this experience, basically his rupee numbers will go from 0 all the way to 1077. And I'll show you guys how we do that. Placement of the component we can discuss later because I'm not entirely set on the position either. Let's see, someone help me count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, cool. And I'm just gonna duplicate that 2 more times. And actually I'm gonna delete 1. I'm gonna do 5, 6, 7. All right. Then I'm gonna duplicate that. And now I'm just gonna go inside here and just drag this to match the first numbers that we laid out. Awesome. So now what we're gonna do is, we haven't done the comma here. I'm just gonna add, why is that gray? Oh, this is what we're gonna do, just make it faster. I'm just gonna select all this, get our comma, delete this gray thing, cause no. And pull this in, make sure it's placed correctly. I'm gonna nudge it. Nudging, we'll worry about that later. Let's see, what font are you using for the body of the text box? Very good question, let's check. Open Sans, italic, who knew? No. I literally just picked something that looked really well with our Archip text, or Archip font, and Open Sans pretty much goes with everything. So our first thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna create a mask basically. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all these numbers. I'm going to, as well as the rectangle, excuse me. Right click. And I am looking for my mask. I could do the shortcut, guys, but it would mute me and I would forget that I'm muted. So let's not play. Let's not do that. Mask with shape, there we go. Okay, so this is our mask here. What we're gonna do is we are going to now, we're gonna start working backwards a little bit. I'm gonna add Link back into the mix just because. We'll figure out his placement in just a moment and you guys can help me do that. But we're gonna get the on load animation sorted. Okay, so I'm going to move these. Voodoo Val, thank you so much for finding those fonts. That's absolutely awesome. I know everybody in the chat who wanted that is freaking screaming. We just can't hear them. By the way, can we get some claps for Voodoo Val? For her being able to just go find that real quick and send it to you guys. I really appreciate that. That's really just awesome. You know. Let's see. So now just everything in the mask, I am moving everything to 0. Make sure everything has the same baseline. There we go. And now what I'm gonna do really quick is I'm just gonna 0 out our placeholder copy. I'm gonna pull this back in. I know some of you guys are like, but it's busted. Why the zeros are too close together? We can fix that, all right? I'm just gonna nudge these numbers just a little bit so we're even here. And I'm gonna go in and, I want this comma. I'm just gonna go and send this, this text to the back really quick. Bring it back up through the menu. There's a lot of layers. All right, cool. But I want it behind this comma so I can at least grab it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to 0 this out here. Again, I'm gonna make sure that everything is horizontally aligned. We're good. And let's check this. This will be our first animation. I always like working backwards. So I wanna say, or when I typically work, I'm like, all right, what is the thing that I wanna build? it's this. This is the final design. We also can go back and tweak it. But from that, I work backwards and I say, okay, this is where I want everything to end. But now we have to kind of create the starting state. So with that, let's get in. Let's start to see what our first prototype or our first stage in this looks like. So I'm just going to click on the prototype segment, segment this to where we want it to go. And we're not gonna do tap trigger right now. I just wanna do a timed trigger because we're basically on this screen that we have here. We're going to create the scene of what everything will look like before every UI component is on the screen. So we'll start there. We're gonna change the transition to auto animate, and we're gonna go to snap because you know your boy loves snap peas. Not really, I love snap animation though. It's the hottest thing Adobe XD's got, in my opinion. I think Howard would be down with me though. Checking the chat. Glad you guys are enjoying yourselves. All right, let's get into this to see what we have. So we have the delay 0. I'm gonna do a little bit of a delay just so it doesn't happen immediately as soon as we open. I'm gonna do a second, hit play. All right, we have some things to change here, and I know exactly what it is. We did not delete this. So what we're going to do, let's go back to design here. And guys, another thing, prototyping is not a one-stop and just go. Using the prototype or going through the prototype process, it's always just like with building anything, it's going back and forth and seeing what's worked, what didn't work, and that's really the process. That's the process with anything. Did something work? Great, keep doing that. Did something not work? Go back to the drawing board, and that's what we're here to do. So I'm going to 0 that out and pull this back down. Oops, not the mask. I want to bring this here. Great, and I think, let's see, I'm gonna check the layers really quick because there sometimes is a discrepancy in where layers are. So we have our 15 whatnot. Let's see, I'm gonna select this. All right, that is our mask. I'm gonna bring this up just a little bit, just below our number here. And this is actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna select all of this, copy. Actually, even before I do that, let's play it first before I change anything. Incremental changes and testing it, that's the way to go. There we go. See, I didn't even have to change anything. Incremental changes, guys. If you guys didn't see that, open your eyelids just a little bit closer. Let me see if I can. Oh, hold on. Let me do the delay. A little bit more. We're gonna go back to prototype, click our anchor or this line here, do the delay. It's 1 second. All right, just pay attention. Boom. All right, dig it. How do you guys feel about that? Mitchell's in here saying snap, crackle, and more snap. Indeed. All right, so we have our first part of the prototype done. First thing, or really first thing's done. Next, what we are going to do, since we are prototyping from current state to, or excuse me, initial state animation to how the page looks when you're on load, let's get into it. All right, so we're going to go back to design. I'm gonna bring that up to 0 opacity. I'm gonna go back and check the chat one more time. Tia, got them clap emojis. We're here for it. Renaud, we're in here saying smooth. Val, in here loving it. Mitchell, clean. Indeed, we did wash today. Carrie says, wow, nice, dig it. All right, let's keep going. So what I'm going to do now is ooh, that might be a little funky. I didn't know I moved the mask on that one. All right, so we're gonna do something a little quick. I'm gonna click all my items and make the initial state to make it so they appear flying up into their box, basically. So I'm gonna double click into our masks and just pull everything straight down, okay? I'm gonna do that with everything, just very quickly, because I wanna test it and to make sure everything is working. When I was testing this the first time, guys, I was screaming because I was like, why no work? But I found a quicker way to do it with this time around, so you guys don't have to make those mistakes. All right. Also, for those of you guys who may or may not who just popped in, do not forget about the creative challenge that we have today, which is creating a music app. So in the Behance chat, you'll see the register for creative challenge. We have a brand new one today, creating a music app. So it's the last 30 minutes of today's segment will be critiquing and just giving feedback on those things. So on your work, and even if it's a work in progress, share the love, share what you got. Love seeing what other designers and other talented people are working on. So, all right, back into what we're doing here. Let's test to see what we got. This is about to be, I'm scared, guys. Low key. All right, let's see what we got. Oh! All right, let's see. Let's go back. That's very nice. I wish, can I just have like Adobe XD pop in here? Just want it here. And what I'm gonna do really quick, this has nothing to do with the prototype, but just so I don't have to keep opening and closing the prototype thing, I'm just gonna prototype this close button to bring us back here. And all right, let's play. There we go. Ooh, y'all smell that? Cooking. +1 in the chats if we're cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Low key, I really do wish that we had like a massive video call so I really could see the facial expressions of you guys, because I want to see like everybody just hitting one of those. But again, thank you so much for joining Adobe Live. This is awesome what we're doing here, and I love designing live and collaborating because we just learn a lot together. So, all right, so we have our initial on load, or at least the first parts of that. I want to, I'm gonna go back to design first. I am actually going to zero, I'm gonna move this actually, ladies and gents. I'm going to move this. Actually, I don't wanna move it just yet. I'm gonna zero out Link, or I'm gonna make him super, super tiny. Zero him out. And then, let me see. Guys, this border is really bothering me. We might need to redo this like ASAP. Let me see if I can do this. 2 pixels in. I had no idea I could even do that. I was scared. I was like, oh no. I'm gonna have to do redo it because we did the way that we created. I was worried that we might have to remake it. But hey, Adobe XD out here is superhero. We do not have to redo this. I literally could edit the shape and just minimize everything, which is awesome because in other programs you don't get that. You get jacked up things. Adobe XD is the one. Just remember that, ladies and gents. All right, I'm going to, I have to copy everything that I did over here now to my other board. So I'm gonna select. Also guys, that's also another smart thing to remember. If you change everything on your final design or where you want everything to end up and then go backwards. Because if you start from ground zero and start changing things there, layers and all that good stuff get out of whack moving forward in your prototype. So don't do that. So let me, 1, 2, 3, 4, copy. I'm gonna just delete this, delete. I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to bring that to the back and just slowly pull this up. I have no idea. There we go. Boom. So, how are we doing in the chat? Please, where should you share the work to? Mustafa, yes. So, we have a Discord community. If you guys have work in progresses and all that good stuff, like I mentioned before, let me see if I still have it. If you guys click in, if you guys are already in chat, there's a Jumpstart Your Design Skills where you can click a link that says register to create the creative challenge. Once you click that, you'll be here. You will see our today's challenge. And if you click this button here, you will join us on Discord, which will then bring you to this Discord here, and you submit in the creative challenge section here. Just copy and paste, drop a link, drop an image, and we'll review afterwards. Great question. All right, so let's get back into what we were getting into. All right, so today we started at 3 p.m. EST. It is almost 4. Just keep time tracking, guys. All right, let's see. All right, so now we are, what should the next thing be that we work on? Because now we want, so we have these items, they just popped in. I don't want us to have just yet, because there's no items on this page, right? I don't want the items to be here. So I'm going to select all of this. Whoops. Make sure I'm selecting it, and I'm gonna select this potion, and let's do this. I'm gonna group it together. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna select all of this. Like I said, guys, before, if you do one thing to one artboard, gotta do it to the rest, just to make sure, especially when prototyping, that your layers stay the same, because if they don't, weird, funky things happen. All right, so I'm gonna pull this off just a little bit, turn the opacity down. All right, and let's see where we are so far. And Mustafa, anytime. Looking forward to seeing your work at the end. All right, let's see what we got. So things pop in. All right, cool. So we have some animations here. I'm going to add another step, because again, I don't want this stuff to pop up initially, right? Initially, what we want to have here is, I'm gonna go ahead and hide this as well. I'm gonna move some of my stuff here. Actually, this is what we're gonna do. I am going to add another state, which is gonna be like our final state. So we have 3 different states, okay? And so our first state, it's like, okay, great. We have some of the UI come in. Next is the UI is now in, and all we should be seeing, we don't have an item selected, so I'm gonna zero that out. All we should be seeing is link. And let me know in the chat. If anytime something looks awkward, let me know. I'm going to find our link that we put in here. I'm gonna delete him. Again, pulling in link from an earlier artboard in here, just to make sure that the layers are called the same thing. Link image, link image, link image. Okay, great. And I'm going to make link super tiny here, zero him out. And what I mean by zero, I mean opacity. And Vanessa's asking, how early do how early do daily challenges get posted? Not entirely sure what you mean by that question, but I'm gonna try to answer it. Basically, there's a challenge every day. If you guys are part of our Discord, you'll see that Sam actually posts the new creative challenge on the daily. Today just happens to be a music app. So working alongside me, we have, I think, another hour. And so that means you got 30 minutes to whip something up. Okay, let's go a little bit further, guys. So I'm going to make an even earlier version of this, where all this other UI component stuff loads in. So what I'm going to do is I am going to actually, I'm going to click on, what is this? Oh, that is interesting. I'm going to send, wow. I didn't realize that this background was so high up in my layers to where I couldn't even select my my boxes. So that means I have to go through all the other ones, make sure I send this to the back so it's not impending on any of my other components while I try to select them. All right, cool. All right, so let's go back here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select all these boxes here. I'm going to hold shift. Whoops, looks like I did not select. Oh, I selected I just want the rectangles, great. So I'm gonna go down, down, shift and the down arrow key. I'm gonna turn the opacity all the way to 0. And I am going to pull this out just a little bit, opacity to 0, pull this out just a little bit, make sure, there we go, 0. I'm gonna push this up. Actually, let's see, we have stuff coming from the bottom, so let's do everything the same. So we're gonna bring this up from the bottom as well, 0 that out. And we're gonna do the same thing with this. I'm gonna pull this down. And you guys will see what exactly I'm doing here, because I know you guys are like, why is he just making everything like not there? Everything will make sense when we get there, and I'll explain you know, what's happening. So, okay. So we're here, let's start to preview. Mustafa, just checking in the chat, glad that you're gonna be joining us in the submissions. Super excited to see that. Elizabeth, reviewing the challenge entries before the day's demo video goes live. Vanessa, cool. Awesome. Excellent. All right, so let's see where we're at. Let's go ahead and go to our prototyping section. And what I want, again, this is a progression. I want it to go from the Legend of Zelda, basically a loading screen. Actually, let's do one more thing. I want all of this. I'm going to turn the opacity to 0. Whoa, I forgot to select something. Let's see if we can grab that. Oops. Just gonna turn the opacity down on everything. So what should happen is, ooh, I'm tempted. Let's one step at a time now. On our timing, okay, from this segment to this segment, we're gonna put a time on it. It should go from everything opaque to bringing all the UI elements in. Let's see how we did. Hey, there we go. All right, so I am going to unlatch this just for now, just so I can focus on that first animation. Actually, let's do the playthrough, ladies and gents. I'm gonna change this interaction to bring us all the way to the beginning, so I don't have to keep clicking out. All right, let's see. We're almost there. All right, so we're clicking out of that. Loads in. Excellent. And it looks like we have a little bit of space up there that we need to fix. But ladies and gents, let me know in the chat, how are we feeling with this? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling dandy? +1 in the chat, or clap emojis if you're feeling it. Are we digging it? Okay. I'm going to check in with the chat really quickly, guys. All right. Voodoo Val doing work, answering them questions. Appreciate it, Val. Mitchell says we're squeaky clean. Indeed. All right, so I'm just gonna go one more here, and I'm going to take our background and then just zero that out. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, oh, that was what we were doing, or our issue there. So I am going to take I'm gonna go back to design mode. I'm gonna pull this up. Oops, I don't know what I just pulled up. I'm gonna click on the actual layer because we have a lot of things that are 0 opacity. And I'm just gonna align it to the top here. I'm gonna do the same thing in previous artboards as well, because we saw this space here and we don't want that. Main background, just align it to the top, and that should be good. I'm just for the sake of doing it, I'm gonna do it to the other background images as well, because I don't want to see any strange shifting in mid prototype. All right, so let's see what we got. Wait, I don't think we set up a, oh, we did. All right, and guys, for some of you might be thinking that this is a little slow. Well, you can always go back and tweak, but I want to be able to see in increments what's really happening in a slow way to see the mess ups and go back and be able to fix those. But I'm glad to see that those of you in the chat thinking it's squeaky clean. Is the animation still timed? Christabel, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Is the animation still timed? It is all timed for now. We're gonna do one click animation as in this prototype, and that should really complete everything. Or we might have time for two. We'll see. Elizabeth, more artboards. Mustafa saying it's delicious. We are delicious out here. Christopher Bell, loving all these fun video game themed challenges. I'm glad. So do I. All right, so let's close this out really quick. I'm trying to think. I was gonna try to do a really fancy, or at least, what is this? Oh, that's the background thing. I was gonna try to do a really fancy like intro of the animated, or at least this background. I'll worry about that later because we've already built so much going backwards. Building from here forwards gets a little iffy. Or it's not iffy, but it just takes more time and I just wanna get to all the important things here with you guys. All right, something still looks weird here. I think this is what this is. Oops. Yep, that totally is not horizontally. Alright, so we have that and that. And let me grab those two things. And I am going to make sure that we horizontally, there we go. There was something off. I couldn't tell what it was. I was just like, that is not a straight line. Someone help. Let's see, let's just make sure everything else is horizontally. Yeah, I'm surprised a lot of you guys didn't like stop me and say, Brandon, what's happening here? Where are your, the numbers are not aligned with anything else, but it's all good. This is teamwork at its finest. We're gonna align everything there. I'm gonna save this just in case. I'm scared a little bit that this is going to. All right, so we're doing fire, ladies and gents. So now let's bring back in. Let's get into a selection. So this is where we basically get everything. This is where we end up. I'm gonna duplicate this one more time. All right, what happened there? It duplicated like 50 million. Oh, it's already there. See, guys, intelligence is there. You know, some people are like, you know, we only use, what is it? I don't even remember the percentage that people say we use for our brains, but subconscious genius at work, ladies and gents. All right, so I think I pulled all that stuff up there. Now what I want to do is I want this stuff only to come into play when that item is selected. So I'm just gonna make Link really tiny real quick, bring him here, zero him out, so that when we do click an item, right, this, I want this to come and populate and be the main, you know, the main attraction, so to speak. And we might put this behind, we'll figure it out. Placement, of course, still not entirely sure, but we're gonna put that there for now, okay? And what we are going to do is we're going to do some things, all right? So again, starting from here, again, I like to work from the destination backwards, where we're going backwards. So we're here, I'm gonna tilt this just a little bit, and I'm gonna create a whole new box. Just gonna fit it over top of this. I'm going to turn the fill off, make the border white, and I'm gonna increase the size just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And get that 3. And we're going to change this to, what are we changing this to, ladies and gents? a color. Oh, that's why. I was like, where my assets panel at? Off white. Okay. Copy this, put it to our border, hit enter. Excellent. And so now what I kind of want to do, oh, you know what? Nah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the same thing. I want this gradient because that is a, you know what? Actually, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna paste it. Why it look like that? Why it look? All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch this up. We're gonna turn the fill back on. We're gonna get our gradient. I'm gonna take it like that. I'm going to duplicate it, make our other one smaller. I'm gonna turn the border on just really quick so I can see where we're at. We're not gonna make it too thick. I think this is fine. I'm gonna do our little thing that we did earlier so we have a nice little edge just like that. And I'm going to go back into our fill. And I'm gonna just do our another diagonal gradient because it's just the thing I do. All right. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create another one. Okay, so I basically just copied and pasted it, and I'm going to delete the inner piece of it, and I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do. I want to basically have this, I'm gonna change the color of this too because this is gonna confuse me. I'm just gonna change it to purple. So purple item is gonna be my mask, and I'm going to, on selection of this, actually I just realized our music ran out. Hold on one second, we need that, we need life. Let's turn that back on. So we're gonna make a mask from these two, and I'll show you in just a moment what's gonna happen. So mask with shape, I'm going to pull this mask over, whoops, to where it should be with this box. All right, excellent. Now what I want to do is, so this is on selection. Okay, great. I am going to now, oops, what did I just do? Control Z. All right, so now I have this awesome triangle. I'm just gonna copy it, again, working backward. I'm gonna copy it to my previous artboard, and I'm gonna create the initial state before it's actually clicked. So I'm gonna click into the mask, I'm gonna click this rectangle, this golden rectangle that we made, and I'm just gonna expand it, whoops. Let's see, let's make sure that we're actually selecting this. And I'm going to pull it outside of the mask, and I'll show you guys what exactly we're doing here. So now we can go to prototype, time check really quick. We have about 15 minutes, which is a total enough amount of time. So when we click this icon, we want to go here. And we want it to be auto animate. We want it to be snap. We can do it a little bit quicker this time. Do 0.4. And again, on this side, when we click it, we want it to go back. And because Adobe Auto Animate is absolutely awesome, it remembers our easing and our duration that we set on the previous artboard and just slaps on whatever we want to auto animate next. So let's take a look at this. Click, click. There we go. So we have our first mini interaction or click interaction. And this is coming in. I'm not entirely sure if I'm in love with how Link leaves the screen. I'm not, I'm sure you guys are semi feeling the same thing. What are your thoughts in the chat? I know we have 1,000 of y'all here, and I know there's plenty of you guys on YouTube. If you would love to join our conversation and chat with me and Val, come join us on Adobe Live on Behance. With that said, I'm gonna take a look to the chat. Let's see what we got. We have Vanessa, she's digging it, sweet. Hey, what's good, Howard? What's happening? Just in time, my good friend. How else are we all feeling about this? I don't know. This having him here is it kind of feels, yeah, it's coming too fast, Larry. So thank you for that. Let's tone that down just a bit. Let us duration 0.6. It's too fast. It's too snappy. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look. That's a lot smoother. That's way more smooth. Thank you, Larry. See, this is why we design live, ladies and gents. See, you know. And by the way, if we are watching this and you really are enjoying what we're going over today on Adobe Live, hit that appreciate button. It goes a long way. You know, we have an amazing team here. We got Howard in the chat, Val was in the chat. And I appreciate you guys being here. So thumbs up, appreciate. And yeah, so okay, let's see. We have 15 minutes until checking the Discord channel. But let's take a look at what we've had so far. We've done quite a bit. Just want to check to make sure our prototyping is good. All right, so let's check this out. And I'm gonna make sure I have, just so we can return. All the way to the beginning if we want to replay it. All right, let's check it out, ladies and gents. Wait, what happened there? Play that again, hit my X. Elements come in. I want to buy this. And I can buy. Again, that would be another thing. And this is what I was talking about, you know, the placement of the purse of the rupees, because it is really cool when it animates in. But as we know in UX, like if you're trying to, if you have a dedicated cash amount and I'm going to click something that I want to buy, you know, maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. What do you guys think? Is the placement of the rupees, is it good for you guys? What are your thoughts? Let's see, David's loving it. Larry, coming in too fast, you fix it. How do you feel now, Larry? Does he have to leave the screen? Vanessa, I mean, he doesn't have to leave the screen. Let's see, do you guys think that link being still in the screen still works? Because I mean, we have this huge empty space here. It was just bothering me a little bit. You know, so we could totally bring link back if we wanted to. We could push him off to the side. I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do with him. Maybe he could be back here just chilling. Oops. But I have no idea why he would be shooting the potion. You know what I mean? Maybe we can decrease his opacity. I have no idea, but I feel like this area is very cluttered. However, I think we did pretty good work, guys. Let's see what this looks like. So we're coming in, things animating in, boom, popping on in. I think that works. Oh, you know what? That would be really cool if the side, like if we just continue clicking on the blue or whatnot, and it's like a rotating thing. I wonder if we can do that. Let's see if we can do that, ladies and gents. For our last bit here, I'm gonna go back to my palette or my assets. I'm gonna pull in my my blue potion. And I'm gonna try to do something. So I'm gonna go back to the chat because I asked like 20 million questions and I never looked. Sherry's asking, is the buy now button going to change the actual price of the selected item, like a transition between Zelda and the selected item? I have not thought about the buy now button in great detail, but these are good questions. Corey is saying maybe a little bit bigger. We need some water. Could he just go into the background? This is true. Daniela, this is good. David, no, I believe is saturated. Negative space +1. All right. Or the name of the item right there. Instead of shrink out. That's a good one. Can we make link fade out? You have to reduce the size when you send it back. So, okay, we're gonna try this just really quick because I'm really curious to see if this will work. I'm gonna bring this here. I'm gonna zero this out. Copy it. Actually, we don't have to copy it. I'm gonna just pull it over here. Making a new artboard. So now I'm gonna pull Link to the center, decrease him, pull our red potion over here where Link was, decrease this, and bring this down to, what was Link at? Link was at 40. Oops. So we're gonna bring this to 40. We're gonna make Link go to 0, and we are gonna go over to our blue potion, and we are going to bring it front and center with a little bit of turn. I'm gonna bring this potion down even more, maybe to like 10%. I have no idea. Let's try this. Let's see if this works. And this will happen, or what will happen is I'm gonna just copy, paste this, bring this over to our blue. I'm gonna go and click in here and expand our, whoops. All right, I need to go to my layers palette so I can see what I'm doing. Rectangle, not that one. Exclusion, I think it's this one. Yes, we'll pull that out. Just a little bit more. Oops. Here, pull out. I wonder why it is doing that. We have this. There we go. All right, we're gonna pull that out all the way. We're going to copy this over to our other artboard before this, and we are going to pull this, like I mentioned, whatever you want the stasis or the state to be in at the end, you kind of have to work backwards and say this is the state it started in and this is where it wants to end up. So we're putting in this last thing here. We're gonna go to exclusion 4, and because that is the layer name, and just pull it out. So, and what that should do, and we'll see in just a second, is I'm gonna go back to prototyping. If we click this layer, this blue potion, we should be brought back here. And if we click back, if we click the red potion, we should go back as well. And if we click the blue potion, we should not go back, but deselect it. And that deselection will make down here. So for this, because I need to make a different state for this, pull that out. All right, now I know I did 20 million kajillion things right there. So as soon as I finish this prototype thing, I'm going to go back into the chat and check out your questions. Because the reason why I'm pacing through this is because we have 8 minutes before we check out the Discord. So let's see. All right, you guys are just chilling and watching. I dig this. Okay. All right, so let's check everything. All right, starting from here, we can click our red potion. Ooh, we didn't link up our blue potion from there. We only, ooh, this is good, guys. Ooh, I didn't even do this on my own. You guys helped me create this, and I think together, like, this carousel thing is actually really dope. What do you guys feel in the chat? Like, I'm sweating. It's hot, and it's not the lights. We're definitely cooking today. So, but as you guys saw, the initial state of this, we actually did not make the state here on default. So let's go back and fix that. And it's super simple. Just got to go in here and pull this. Actually, you know what's funny? I didn't need to create this. That's what's funny. All I needed to do was create this. All right, let me grab. I need to grab that one rectangle that hopefully I can find. Probably not. All right. I'm gonna grab this. Yep. I'm gonna go back here. Paste it in really quickly. Whoops. Grab Y. Exclusion 5. Pull this out. Hopefully it's this one. Yes. All right. Now what we should be able to do is, if I click this, immediately here. I think we can just delete this. And if we click back on that, we're back over here. Had to fix that mistake. All right, let's check it out. Oop. No, I think we needed it. Let me Control Z all of that good stuff. And of course, guys, if we had more time, we'd be able to configure it in the correct manner. But let me get back here, or at least to where we were last time. Here, awesome. If we want to switch between the blue and the red, this is what we got. Pretty nice. I do want to add just a smidge of an animation. Actually, not really, but what I like is the ability for this to have toggled and just moved a little bit when it's selected. And I kind of want to do the same thing when the blue is selected. Okay. So let's try something. Actually, before I even do that, I said I would look at chat. I'm really into this. Okay. Which rectangle 29 do I grab? Yes, Howard. We just have rectangles out of nowhere here, and I'm just like, there's so many. Yes. Let's see. Who can relate to all those triangles, man? But yes, Danielle, you gotta love undo. Akin, yes. I'm glad you guys are digging it. Let's see. Someone forgot. Ciaran, I hope I'm saying your name right, but you forgot the pizza in the oven. Man. I love pizza, but I'm sorry it's now burnt. I hope you have another one. I'm glad you are enjoying today's live, but I'm sorry for your pizza. Let's see if we can do this in a couple more minutes, ladies and gents. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying today's segment. Let's, all right, let me just diagnose this really quick. So this is good. We need to make one really quick for our blue, which literally should be, I'm literally doing what I shouldn't be doing. Or what I just undid. So we're gonna push this back. We're gonna grab this rectangle thing again. And let me know in the chat, can you guys hear my throat needing water? I just put +1 in the chat if you guys can hear that. I'm just curious if the mic picks that up. I think it's super hilarious to me. My throat was like, Brandon, like it's straight Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. Let's see. Yeah, I have no idea. There we go. Second try. All right, we're good. So when we click this, we should be going here, and I want a little bit of a tilt on this blue thing to kind of signify that we've clicked it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're here. Boom, Shazam, all those good noises. We have that. Excellent. But the funky thing here, ooh, wait. Yeah, see, the funky thing here is, number one, we didn't do the reverse, but also the red comes out first, which is really interesting. So we have 2 minutes. I'm going to prototype the reverse here. And then we'll play through the entire prototype. Ooh, ooh, that's a tear, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a cry today. As soon as I get off stream, pizza, then crying. All right, so we're here. We have no idea what we're gonna buy, but let's take a look through all of our prototype that we've done for today, and then we'll head into Discord to check out what you guys have been working on. As my throat is parched. Everything animates in beautifully. We want a red potion because we out of health. We want a blue potion because we just thirsty out here. Or maybe we just really want to see the, ooh, we did not prototype that, but it's good stuff, guys. We did a good job. Get claps up in the chat for all you guys. Thank you so much for helping me. Daniela's like, hydrate. Yeah, I was worried. I was like, well, I got a green screen behind me and my water. I don't know what the effect is gonna be like, but yes. Everybody in the chat is like, we're cooking. I think that's gonna be our segment. When I come on, it's just gonna be, we're cooking today on Adobe Live. And I'm really glad that I'm really glad that you're enjoying this. Ciaran, don't steal Howard's boops. Look, listen, I understand my man has that on copyright, but I say boom, right? That's my lingo. Anyway, all right, it is about time to check into Discord. So I'm gonna pull that up really quick just to see what it is that we have. And I realize I don't even have it on my desktop, so please bear with. I think someone was messaging me and I got scared and closed it. All right, I'm gonna full screen this on my other screen. Oh, ladies and gents, hold on. We need to pause for a moment. We're cooking, right? But there is no cooked in the creative challenge, which is okay. You guys are enjoying today's broadcast? Let's continue. And before we begin, because I think my mouth needs a break, I'm gonna take a drink of quick water. But I'm enjoying your guys' claps in the chat. We're gonna pause 2 seconds, or maybe 5. And I want you guys to let me know, using +1s, if we want to continue working on what we want to work on today. Or if you guys are just now, but we'll start with that. +1s in the chat if we want to continue, because it doesn't seem like we have too many submissions. I'm gonna take a drink of water, just bear with. What is Howard saying? Files complaint with me. Oh, I like this, guys. All right. Oh, wrong challenge channel. Oh, wait, I gone screwed up. Let me see, guys. This is the noob factor. Give me 5 seconds. Whoops, that should not be popping up over there. Let me see. Actually, Howard, if you could pop that link over into chat so I can grab it, that would be extremely helpful, because I thought that was the chat that I should be opening up, and it's not. Elizabeth, go to current challenge. I thought that's where we were at. Oh, there we go. There we go. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. You are amazing. Oh, you guys have been working. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Let me find today. Ooh, we do have a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me pull this onto the screen. Wow. Hold on, hold on. All right, this was yesterday. Yesterday. Where is today? Because I know I saw some. This was today. Let's see. Compass. And I think this might be it. Yes, music player. Whew! Ladies and gentlemen, look at all this. Hot work. Let me get some claps in the chat for this one. Our friend, what is the name? Man, I'm gonna butcher this one. I apologize immensely. Vivek. I'm just gonna say you are a star player for the designers today. You gonna whip this up. I don't know in how quick of a time, but this is a lot. This is like double, triple the work that I did today. So claps in the chat. This is awesome. Really cool detail. I love the colors here. Really nice use of space. Very nice, very interesting. Let's see. Let's check out some of the, because I want to respect everybody's thing. We're gonna go through, see how much we have, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of each piece. Hey, yes, Mustafa. Oh man, how do I zoom into this? Open original. Let's see what we got. This is, and I feel like I've seen this before. This is not the music app, but we'll take a look at this in just a moment, all right? Because we want to focus on, actually, that's all we got today. That is all we got today. So first off, little critique on this. I absolutely love the colors. I really love how you use the overlay here. I feel like if you just pulled back on the glow in the back, I think it would be fine, because I think the flat feeling or the flat feel that you have with this kind of gets distracted by this outer grading. I think your colors are great. I think your color scheme is great. Everything has a flat feel. The only thing that doesn't feel the same is this outer edge glow. And same thing I feel with the background here. Excellent execution. I just think consistency is really important, and I love the concept that you have. So color scheme is great, and when we design things, right, think about how we can consistently keep the solid look that we have here, or that we're trying to go for, and keep it throughout the application that we have. But this is really awesome. I really love this wave that you have back here. This amazing, it's not a lime green, but I really love this type of green. I think it's really in right now. And your overall spacing is excellent. And I know this isn't an app, or excuse me, a music app, or maybe it is. We haven't gotten down to the bottom. I'm gonna open my chat back up because I'm losing the voices, guys. Oh, look at all those claps we have in the chat. Excellent job, guys. Excellent job. First things, I'm gonna say this is an excellent quality image, and I feel what you were trying to do by morphing the text alongside the image and really getting that curvature in with the imagery. However, it makes it very difficult to read, but you really spent the time to figure out where you can shape and morph the type to go along with the photos, which is absolutely amazing. It's just we now need to think about, how exactly we can have people still read what we're trying to get across to them, but also not get get too close to the imagery as well. And when we get breaks like this in copy, it's a little bit difficult to read, but very nice work. Negative space is key. Excellent color palette. Promotional, excellent. This is an excellent way to showcase all the parts of an application, the way that you thought about it, the feed, etc. The one thing that you can add to make this like 20 million times better is space. Space out each segment, space out what you're trying to say, and just give everything a little bit of breathing room. But excellent job, guys, in your submissions. I'm gonna see if there's any more. Got a little heart, we're gonna, get some heart emojis there. Excellente. Boom. All right, guys. So if we have about, let's see, I can't do that math. Whatever 30 minutes minus 7 is. Y'all can do the math for me in the chat. But we're gonna keep cranking on in refining some stuff here. I really do appreciate you guys who did cooperate in the creative challenge today, because that is just, first off, it's really cool that you guys submitted the work, because that's how we grow. Even though it sometimes is very challenging to put our work out there and get feedback, but that's the best way for people who see the work, like Howard, Jesse Showalter, and all the other people who are here doing Adobe Live. They can excel and give you feedback to really get to that next level in your game. So highly recommend, anytime you get the chance, do those challenges, submit them, get feedback, and just dominate the next creative challenge with the feedback you got. All right, I talked a lot. I can tell my throat is dry. Let me take a look at the chat. Anna Love your energy, Brandon. And Howard P is awesome too. The XD lives are the best. Indeed, they are. Elizabeth, we don't have a lot of music app projects because the demo is going up in 20 minutes. This is true, literally in the next segment. But for those of you guys who chimed in and read that really quick, like that's insane. You guys push yourself in a time limit and just crunch stuff out. So in the next one, ladies and gents. All right, so we have 1 minute has passed. All right, so let's get back in. Let's figure out what we want to do with this buy button, maybe. Let's also prototype this back button so that when we want to, we can reset some things. Let's see. What shall we do? I have a feeling maybe we could do something with the switching of the items at play here. So let me go back here. I'm just gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna bring it down, and I'm gonna do some things. We're gonna try this out. This is not entirely sure how this is gonna go, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna be on this journey together. I am low key going to just all these layer 10s. Hope to. Yes, that is what we need. I'm gonna also select all those items. Okay, cool. Brain farting. Okay, so basically what I want to do is just select all the items here. I do have that, and I am going to, I'm curious, how should we do this, guys? I'm trying to think, do we want things to slide up, or excuse me, slide to the left and have new things come in? I'm trying to think how we want this. You know what, I think that's what we're gonna do. We are gonna go back into and we're not gonna do this the Howard Pinsky way, which I know he's thinking to himself, the repeat grid, you can, and that's not how he sounds. That's just me saying things. This is how we're gonna do this. I know the repeat grid, you can just pull things in and the image will get in there, but what I want to do is when we click these next arrows, I want the image to slide out and bring another image in within the same mask. You feel me? And let me know if you guys are still feeling me. Like, I know we just got like a whole row of clap emojis, and for those of you guys who are hitting clap emojis on YouTube, come on over to Behance. I'm serious, the family is here. Enjoy our company, talk with us, among us, and let's get into some awesome stuff. Let's play. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm in my, I don't know what layer this is. My red potion layer. I'm just going to paste within it. I'm gonna click in. You guys can see. Actually, you know what's funny? This is actually not in the mask. So we can't do what I had planned. Man. Let's see. Because what I had planned to do is everything in a mask and just shift over. But I think we're gonna have to go a different approach now. A different approach that doesn't take that much time. So, let's select all these babies once again. I'm gonna, select, please, thank you. Select, pull them off. 0 them out. I'm gonna do the same. I'm a little worried if I do that, it's gonna be a little funky. All right, so I have all those selected, and I'm also gonna select all my rectangles here. I'm just gonna move everything. I just had all y'all selected. What happened? All right, guys, bear with. I have this stuff locked. Select all that junk here. Unselect that. And unselect my background stuff. Okay, there we go. Off here. 0. Before I zero that out, I'm gonna duplicate it. Unselect my background stuff, 0 that out. Pull all the, why? Where did these things go? Oh my goodness. I wonder if, oh, that's why it left. Okay. Yeah, all right, I see what's happening, guys. So I am, again, gonna duplicate this. I'm just gonna delete all the items just for time's sake really quick, because all I want right now is this. I want another set of this. I'm gonna make sure everything is in its place. Good. We are going to select, oh boy. This is why naming your layers and working cleanly is helpful. You don't have to have a million layer 10s, which is we start getting into issues like this. But let me see. Zero, zero. Awesome. I'm just gonna select all these layer 10s, which is our 0, 0. Excuse me, our rectangle 929s. Howard's just like, Okay, let me check this really quick, because I think this is where we should be. All right, let me time check. We have 45 minutes. Woo. All right, we got 5 minutes. Let's see. Clap me on, chat. Let's see if we can do this really, really super quick. All right, we're gonna push this all behind link. Whoops. All right, we're gonna turn the opacity to 0. All right, let's check this, guys. And we are gonna turn this arrow opacity to full. And this will now be, I think, 40 or 60, yes, because we've used the arrow to shift. And we'll get to this part later. All right, let's hope. Go to prototype mode. This will be the last thing before we sign off. So let's hope it does well. And we will go back to our closeout. Bring this back way. Right here. All right, let's see what we got. Five minutes. All right, let's see. Hopefully this is it. Oh, wait. Ooh, it's a little funky. And that's because when I animated stuff, I accidentally put stuff off the artboard, and that's why layer naming matters. But as you guys can see, we do have, I can just delete the stuff down there and we wouldn't have that problem. I wish I could see it, but because we are closing, it's very close to, 55. How are we doing in the chat? How do we feel about what we did today? We did quite a bit, guys. And for those of you guys who might be popping in, let's just reminisce on what we did. We did some amazing rupee animations. We did on-click animations, rotating of the product. We did good. And now we tried to do this where we have some funkiness happening, but that could just be easily done by making sure all the items that we tried to move and naming your layers correctly. You select all those things and you just shift them off to the artboard, off the artboard. Turn the opacity down, and where I messed up, I had some of those items at the bottom rather than everything over here. So I'm gonna look to chat. How are we feeling? Let's see. Tia is saying we're still feeling it. Val is a 10 out of 10 impression for Howard. Ooh, Pinsky way rules though. Indeed he does. Howard, you are a G. Let's see. Elizabeth, nah, naming isn't the hard when you're not, isn't that hard when you're exact. Finding the exact names would be tough. This is true, but when we start getting into, you know, layers on top of layers, and you have to click those exact layers and they're all squares, things get funky and you have to find the layer names, which is why it does get funky. Let's see. Sierra Ann was like, go Brandon, go. Mitchell, any possibility of more video game themed projects like this? I like a lot. Guys, let us know in the chat, because we can do more video games. You just got to tell Howard, Sam, the live team that this is a thing that we do, and we gotta come back and get the cooking king back. Mustafa, but so good and cool. Last step, awesome. Wait, Sierra Ann again says Brandon sounds like runny honey. I have no idea what that means. But all right, guys, we have 5 more minutes. Let's see if we can clean this up. Let's see if we can clean this up in 5 minutes. Let's see what we can do, because we do have this funky thing. We just have to clean up what fell. Okay. And just because I would not recommend this, I'm going to. This might not even be the way to fix it, but I do not. Whoops. I'm literally just taking down the width and height of my artboard really quick. Oh my goodness. And hopefully this will work, because my items down here I cannot see unless they're on the artboard, right? Oh, there they are. They're just 0 opacity. Let me just grab these things really quick. I'm going to, I wonder if I can just delete them. No, we're just gonna move them. We're gonna move them. I'm gonna turn the opacity up just really quick so I can see and align some stuff. I don't know what I just moved. Move this. There we go. Let's see if that works. We didn't need this. We're just gonna close this back up to where we were. And we're gonna add one more finishing touch, because I do feel like there's still a lot of, you know what? I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it. All right, let's check. Let us check. All right, well, for some reason now, it's doing that, and that's not what it should be doing at all. Let's Control Z all the way. We might just end like this, guys. We might, sadly. Man, those things bother me. But the real way to fix that is literally shifting everything to the left. I wonder why it did that funky, what's it call it? Let's check all my layer 10s. Let's see. Yeah. This is... All right, so we have one. Keep that. I'm gonna unselect all this. Oh! See, this is where things get difficult. Where things get off the screen and I'm trying to select. Oh, maybe I can select them like this. Okay. It's the last minutes here. Got 3 minutes, guys. I'm gonna pull this off. 0 that out. Please! Oh, wait, let me pull this up just a little bit. Make sure it's aligned. Okay, this is the last moment of truth. Please work. All right, we fixed some things. Some things get crossed and try to fight each other off the screen. But we're there. And really what this main challenge is the way that things crossed over off the screen. Literally, if I were to be able to select everything and just move it, it would be fine. But the ghetto way that I pulled everything off the screen, things get jumbled. So if I were to have more time, obviously we have 2 minutes now. I'm gonna ask you guys a couple questions here, but I think we did good. For those of you guys who may have popped in last minute, we're just gonna run through the animation one last time. We won a red potion, we won a blue potion. We didn't get to the green potion, but looking good. Looking good. And we tried getting our arrow in, and you know, we have some things to work, but we did good for a 2-hour stream. We did good. So guys, with that, we have 1 minute left. I want to say thank you guys so much for attending. I really appreciate your encouragement, your joy, and the claps in the chat. This is really awesome. We had over 1,000 people in the chat, and before I go, make sure you hit the appreciate button. It's been an amazing time. I want to thank you guys, especially Mustafa and so many more of you guys who added to the creative challenge, even though it's not even out yet. So excellent work. And if you guys really want to see more gaming stuff, let me know. You guys can find me on Instagram at Brandon Groce. And until next time, you guys can find me here with the Adobe Live family. And so until next time, let me go ahead and I should be 1 minute, but thank you guys. And I hope you have an amazing day. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.